Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Pipeliner Baseball here on the Ad Astra Sports Network and streaming live on the McPherson Pipeliner YouTube stream as the Pipeliners out on the road this evening on a very, very pleasant evening for baseball here in Goddard to take on the Kansas Curve. Scott Hogan with you again this evening as the Pipeliners will look to get back on the winning track tonight after dropping a game last night to the Kansas Cannons 9-7, a game in which the Pipeliners trailed 7-1 at one point, never were able to quite get the game tied. They left the bases loaded, down 2 in the 8th and down 2 in the 9th, also leaving the bases loaded. So that broke up a 4-game winning streak as the Pipeliners are now won 4 out of 6 as they will take on the Kansas Curve tonight, who lost last night in a close one, actually on Monday night, 6-5 to the aforementioned Kansas Cannons, as the Pipeliners are 10-17, 8-10 in the South Central standings. The Curve are 10-14, 8-9 in the South Central standings. So the Pipeliners are half game behind the Curve and a half game ahead of the Outlaws right now. They're in 4th place alone, so a very big South Central matchup tonight for both of these teams. And the Pipeliners are going to see the Curve 3 more times after tonight. They have split so far, losing that wild game in McPherson on June 3rd, 17-15, when they were down 13-4, got the lead 15-13 and lost late. And then here on June 27th, a 7-5 win against the Curve. So a lot more looks at the Curve one more time here and 2 times coming up in McPherson. Jared Nada is going to get the start for the Kansas Curve this evening, the lefty starting his warm-up tosses. And we'll take a quick look at his numbers and get you some batting lineups. 5th appearance, 0-2 record, 14 innings thrown for Nada. He has given up 14 earned runs, 16 overall on 23 hits. His ERA is an even 9. He's walked 15, struck out 12, and hit 4. We'll get Jordan Bolt Jackson, his starting numbers when the Pipeliners take the field in the bottom half of the first. Tonight, leading off for the Pipeliners will be the shortstop Julian Hunt. The right fielder Ray Lozano bats second. Batting third and playing left again this evening is Jake Selko. Kevin Fleischer will bat cleanup and play first. DHing tonight and batting 5th, Gerardo Zavaleta. The second baseman, Chris Sanchez, bats 6th. Grant Plunkett will get a rare start at 3rd this evening. He'll bat 7th. So that means behind the plate tonight is Roger Valoria batting 8th, and batting 9th back in the start in center field this evening is Jared Ueda. Not a big crowd at all on hand this evening. Actually, we have just as many Pipeliner fans out here on the road, so kind of a half and half crowd this evening as we get started with Julian Hunt. Hunt's having a nice season. This is his 15th game played. He's hitting .326, and a curveball misses low for ball 1. We're underway here in Goddard. Julian is homered once, and he takes a strike on the outer part of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. And he's driven in 8, drawn a couple base on balls. And he hits one up the middle, and a diving attempt by the shortstop will not come up with it. And Julian Hunt will lead off the game with a single. So a good start for the Pipeliners. You got good speed on the base paths. And that will bring up Ray Lozano, the right fielder. Banged up his knee a little bit a couple games ago on a slide into second. He didn't play last night. He gets the start in right tonight. And Lozano is hitting .296. There's the off-speed pitch, strike 1 to Lozano. Ray has doubled 4 times, walked 7. He's driven in 10. There's a close play over at first for Julian Hunt. He has stolen, let me get on the right line here. He's stolen 5. He's been caught 3 times, got a good jump on a hit and run. As Lozano fouls it back, and the count is 2 strikes. Barnhart in left, Cassane in center, DiLorenzo's in right. Hewlett at third, Gerard at short, Kern at second, and Carriers at first with Charlton behind the plate. Two-strike curveball was a pretty good pitch. And, boy, I'm not sure where it missed. Break there for Lozano. It's 1-2. It came right in over the outer part of the plate. 1-2, fastball outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I watched the temperature fall all the way here from home today. It's in the mid-70s. South wind blowing out to left. It is very pleasant with some high cloud cover. Curveball, Lozano fouls it off right side, and the count stays at 2-2. Jake Selko, then Kevin Fleischer. That's your batting lineup here in the first. Again, the 2-2 to Lozano. Again, fouls it off. Having a pretty good at-bat here against Nada. Julian Hunt, again, he led off the inning with a single. He's at first. Another 2-2 to Lozano. Curveball pulled, just foul down the third base and left field line. You could tell Ray was looking for the curveball and got just a little bit out in front of it. And this has got to be about the 5th 2-2 pitch. Good at bat for Lozano. High and away with the fastball, 3-2. I think regardless of the outcome here, this has been a good at bat for Lozano. He's seen a lot of pitches, fouled off several. Hunt out to a decent lead. Payoff to Lozano. Low ball 4. That's an outstanding at-bat here early in the game. So first walk for Jared Nada. And it's first and second, nobody down. Used to a little salsa music here. We don't have it, of course, on the road for Jake Selko. It took about 2 games, I think, for Selko's walk-up music to become the most popular. Jake hitting .364, 4 doubles, 4 home runs, and a team leading 23 runs batted in. Those 4 homers, also a team best. Curveball on the outside corner, strike 1. And you can see right away that is not his go-to pitch. Here we go with the 0-1. Selko grounds it into right field. Base hit. Here comes Julian Hunt home to score. Lozano will stop at second. It's 1-0 Pipeliners. And Selko has driven in number 24 on the season. And again, just getting by the outstretched dive of Kern at second. So single, walk, single. Bringing up Kevin Fleischer, the first baseman. Fleischer hitting .395. Curveball, he hits it well into center field. Everybody tagging, or Lozano is. He'll head to third. It's catch is made by Cassane. That's the biggest part of the ballpark, right where Fleischer hit it. So Selko back to first. Lozano tagged and got to third. There's 1 down for the DH, Gerardo Zavaleta. Gerardo still in search of that first run batted in. Excellent opportunity here. He's 4 of 36 at the plate. Ground ball down third, took a bad hop, and everybody's going to be safe. I'm tempted to go hit on that. That was right down the line, knocked down by Hewlett. I think it's going to be scored a hit. We'll give Zavaleta his first run batted in, scoring Lozano to make it 2-0, and still nobody down for Chris Sanchez. Curveball up and away for ball 1 to Sanchez. Chris hitting .281. He's doubled 3 times. He's driven in 7. Curveball, that one in there, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Last night, the Pipeliners fell behind 4-0 after 1. Let's see if they can go up maybe. 3-4-0. Sanchez takes the curve inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. The curve playing behind the runners. And the 2-1 to Sanchez is in the umpire. It looked like he kind of stayed down and thought about it. It looked outside, and that is the call. Ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike, so Sanchez can be selective. He's got Grant Plunkett right behind him in the lineup. And he might have swung at ball 4. It was a questionable on the inside part of the plate. Now it's 3-2. As that was a good pitch from Nada, kind of jammed him. I'd say about 50-50. That might have been a strike. It might not have been. And Nada ready to pay off. Ground ball towards second. And they'll take the out at second. Sanchez is safe at first. And Selko down to third. That will be the second out of the inning. And that will bring to the plate Grant Plunkett, the third baseman. Trying to think, it may be his first start at third this year, unless he started out in Dodge at third, and I don't think he did. Grant hitting 156, a couple of doubles, 3 homers, and he's driven in 10. Outside, well outside, ball 1 with the fastball. Following Plunkett, if he reaches safely, would be the catcher Roger Valoria. 2-0 Pipeliners, top of the first. Runner goes, and a good throw, and Sanchez out by a mile at second. So 2 runs score in the inning on 3 hits, and there's 1 left. So we head to the bottom of the first inning. Pipeliners 2 in the curve coming up as you're listening to Pipeliner Baseball here on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
We're in the bottom of the first inning. The Pipeliners jump on top 2-0 as Jordan Bolt starts his warm-up tosses. So let's look at his season numbers. This will be Jordan Bolt Jackson's 5th appearance. He's thrown 7 innings. He's given up 13 earned runs, 14 overall on 8 hits. He has walked 23, struck out 14, and hit 1. And Jordan, when he has got good stuff, and when he is in and around the strike zone, he is tough to hit. His last outing was a wild one. He ended up striking out 10. He walked 11 and hit 1. I mean, he was it was just hard to explain that start. I don't know that I've seen one quite like that where you get double digits in both walks and strikeouts in the same game. So if he can pound the strike zone with his stuff, I think he could be very good, as we'll look at the curve batting lineup. Leading off will be the left fielder, Braden Barnhart. Alex Kern will bat second and play second. Drake Gerard bats third. He's the shortstop First baseman batting cleanup is Mason Carrier. Garth Charlton will bat fifth and catch. Batting sixth is Dylan DiLorenzo. He's in right. The DH is Corey Coltrane. He bats seventh. Batting eighth is Sam Cassane. He's in center. And Landon Hewlett is the third baseman, and he will bat in the final spot in the batting lineup for the Kansas Curve, as it will be Barnhart to lead off. Barnhart hitting .250. This is his 16th game played. He does have 5 doubles. He's knocked in 7. And again, the interesting dynamic with Valoria catching, of course, he's also one of the pitchers. He caught here. Harry Park made the start here a week ago in Goddard and pitched very well, got the win in that 7-5 win. And Valoria caught a good game. He was 2 for 4 in that game at the plate. Having a pitcher as your catcher, I kind of like it. As Jordan Bolt Jackson, fastball is low, ball 1. And they turned the lights on right as the game began with the high cloud cover, which is wonderful. Fastball, boy, good pitch, and apparently called high. 2 balls, no strikes. And the wind in, the 2-1. That one he brought down just a little bit, gets the strike. It's 2-1. I think Barnhart was up there, as a lot of teams have started to do. They're going to make Jordan Bolt Jackson give him a strike before they start swinging. Low, ball 3. It's 3-1. It'll be Barnhart, Kern, and Gerard. Bottom of the first. Pipeliners got 2 in the top half of the inning. Now the 3-1 pitch, high, ball 4. Barnhart never got the bat off his shoulder in that at bat. He draws the opening walk, and it'll bring up Alex Kern, the second baseman. Kern playing in his 7th game, 4 of 11 at the plate. He has driven in a couple. Big lead at first. Barnhart way up and in, ball 1 to Kern. We'll look around the field for the Pipeliners here in just a moment. 1-0 pitch, down the middle, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Selko in left, playing very deep with the wind blowing out. You got Ueda in center, Lozano's in right. And Roger Valoria behind the plate. Grant Plunkett at third. Julian Hunt at short. Chris Sanchez out at second. And Kevin Fleischer is at first base. Now the 1-1 pitch. I think he threw the changeup as he had Kern out in front of it. And it's 1-2. As it kind of dove off the table right there at the last. So Jordan Bolt out in front of Kern, 1-2. Barnhart at first with the leadoff walk. And the 1-2, ground ball to Fleischer. He's going to go to second for the out and back to first. It'll be a fielder's choice. Just way too slowly hit. It was a close play at second, but good job by both Fleischer and Hunt to get the force and the lead runner. So there's 1 down for Drake Gerard. Gerard, the shortstop, is hitting .321. 3 doubles. He's knocked in 4. And for Gerard, this is his 9th game played. 9 of 28. He is at the plate so far. And Bolt Jackson's first pitch is high, ball 1. Check in on the running numbers for Kern. He stolen two, been caught once, so 2 out of 3. 1-0 inside ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Drake Gerard. A windy and, call it mild evening. We haven't said that recently. 320 down the lines. It's blowing out to left. A 2-0 to Gerard. Misses low. Ball 3. Well, and if you're the Pipeliners, you just want Jordan to get it over the plate, and you got good fielders behind you. Make everybody earn their way out there. So Gerard, I'm sure, sitting on a pitch here. And nearly wandering too far was Kern, as we saw that happen in Jordan's last start. Opposing base runners were getting probably 8-10 feet off the base and getting these monster starts for the Steels. Now the 3-0 is high ball 4. That's the second walk here in the inning. Now bring up the first baseman, left-handed hitting Mason Carrier. Carrier hitting .250, 4 doubles, team leading 5 home runs, and also a team leading 18 runs batted in. Right now, 2-0 Pipeliners. And first and second, 1 down for the Curve without a hit so far in the inning. First pitch from Bolt Jackson, down the middle, strike 1. Again, the Pipeliners, the big 4th of July home game will start at 6:30 tomorrow against the Clearwater Outlaws. Jackson checking the runner at second. 1 strike pitch outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. It was a rough stretch the last time the Outlaws were in town. I believe the Pipeliners dropped the last 3 straight to them. Right now they're a half a game ahead of the Outlaws and a half a game behind the Curve here in the South Central standings. 1-1 pitch. I think that was a changeup again. It's 1-2. Swing and a miss from Mason Carrier. He'll be followed by Garth Charlton. And Jackson again checking the runner out at second. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Yes, I thought maybe he got contact. He did not. Now Jordan Bolt Jackson, his first strikeout, is the second out of the inning. And that'll bring to the plate the catcher, Garth Charlton. Charlton playing in his 9th game. He's hitting .160. 4 of 25 as a double. And he's homered once. He's driven in 3. And Jordan Bolt Jackson misses outside, ball 1. Be a confidence boost if Jordan could get out of the inning with nobody getting across the plate. First and second, 2 down. Fastball right in there at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. In the inning, Barnhart walked and Kern on the fielder's choice, and Gerard walked and Carrier struck out. Bolt Jackson ready, the 1-1, and it's pulled a mile-high foul.
Get out of here.
That's a really long strike 2. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now, if that had been straightened out a little bit, that certainly was going to carry with the wind out of here. The count 1-2. If Charlton reaches safely, it'd then be Dylan DiLorenzo. Bolt Jackson ready. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Valoria will throw down the first for the strikeout. And a nice job by Bolt Jackson getting out of the inning. No runs, no hits, 2 left. So we head on to the second inning here in Goddard. 2-0 McPherson leading the Kansas Curve. Again, we wanted to mention tonight also one good feature that you can access through McPhersonPipelinersBaseball.com is the Weather Watchers app. If you go to McPhersonPipelinersBaseball.com and go to the schedule portion of the website, the Weather Watchers app will come up. You can click on to the Weather Watchers app and you can get up-to-date forecast and your current weather wherever you're at. So that's a neat feature. Again, that's go to McPhersonPipelinersBaseball.com and the schedule, and you'll see the Weather Watchers app pop up. Just click on and enjoy all the features that can bring you. Again, we'll be heading to the top of the second inning. It'll be Plunkett, Valoria, and Ueda for the Pipeliners. And we'll talk quite a bit this evening. We've got the rest of the week filled out with media sponsors, and we're needing just a little bit more help to get next week and the following week, which would be the end of the regular season, filled out. And we'll tell you how you can help us keep all of these games live on the air the rest of the way through the season. We're really close to being able to do that for you. So 2-0 as we head into the top of the second. Plunkett was in the box when Sanchez was caught stealing, so he will lead off. And he slices one to right, and a long running catch is made by DiLorenzo. Now 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the second. And I'll bring up the catcher, Roger Valoria. Valoria will play in his 4th game. He's 3 of 6 at the plate. All of his hits have been singles, and he does have a run batted in. Not his first pitch. There's that curveball, strike 1. One strike pitch, chop foul in the batter's box. So it's 0-2. Again, another breaking pitch from Nada, who walked 1 in the first inning, gave up the pair of runs on 3 hits. But did seem to kind of minimize the inning somewhat for the Curve to make it just 2-0. Now the 2-strike pitch, fastball outside. Count 1-2. Nada seems like to do that. He'll get up in the count with a breaking pitch, and then he'll try to tease you just out of the zone with the fastball. Backdoor curveball. Wow, that was a good pitch, either low or outside, in the count on Valoria. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There is a lot of break on that curveball. Let's see if he'll throw it again. Valoria again chops it foul. The count stays at 2-2. Curve playing at Goddard Eisenhower High School. Here the facility has 2 softball and 2 baseball fields here. It's right as you come in town from the north. 2-2 again. Breaking pitch in the dirt. Valoria again works a 2-strike count to a full count. Valoria will dig back in. Nada shakes off first 2 signs. Here's the payoff. Valoria chopper towards short. Scooped up by Gerard over the first 4, out number 2. The base is empty, 2 away. It'll be the center fielder, Jared Ueda. Ueda, his average has been shooting up. It was down around 150, 160 earlier in the year. It's now 246. 3 doubles. He's homered and driven in 10. He had a pinch hit in the game last night. Takes the curveball, strike one. Actually came in, had two singles after not starting. There's a swing and a miss, and he's down in the count, 2 strikes. Base is empty, 2 down, top of the second. It's 2-0 McPherson. Breaking pitch, check swing. He takes low and away. It's 1-2. One, two, again, low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Even though, Valoria grounded out, still making Nada throw a lot of pitches. And now again, Ueda goes from 2 strikes to a 3-2 count. And it's 3 straight low and away. If he reaches, it would then be the leadoff man, Julian Hunt. Here's the payoff to Ueda. Outside ball. Oh, boy. That one did look a little high and away, but the call goes the way of Nada for his first strikeout. And the Pipeliners go in order. We head to the bottom of the second. It remains McPherson 2 and the Kansas Curve nothing as you're listening to Pipeliner Baseball here on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106.
Bottom of the second inning, it's a 2-0 Pipeliner advantage. Coming up for the Kansas Curve will be Dylan DiLorenzo, Corey Coltrane, and Sam Cassane. So again, the upcoming schedule, the big 4th of July game tomorrow at home against the Clearwater Outlaws. That game will be a 6:30, so make that change. We're normally 7, it's going to be 6:30 tomorrow evening against the Outlaws. And then if you just go down the road to the east, there's some fantastic fireworks that'll be going off around Wall Park, and that'll be starting somewhere between 10 and 10:30 once it gets nice and dark. So you can enjoy a full evening and a day off on Friday, and that'll be a much-needed day off after 5 in a row without a day off. And then Saturday, Sunday, the Hayes Larks will be in town. They have been playing some great baseball this year. That'll be tough at home Saturday and Sunday, and then home again Monday to these Kansas Curve. Here we go with the bottom of the second inning. Dylan DiLorenzo will lead off. DiLorenzo, a .250 hitter, playing in his 13th game. And the first pitch from Jordan Bolt Jackson, up and away, ball 1. DiLorenzo does have a couple of doubles, and he has driven in 3. Pass ball catches the inner part of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jordan in the first inning, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Now the 1-1 pitch. He went curveball, swing and a miss, strike 2. We don't see Jordan throw the curve very often, but he did there. We've seen a nice changeup early on. The count 1-2 on DiLorenzo. He'll be followed by Coltrane, then Cassane. 1-2. Tried the slider and up and away. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Middle of the infield, Hunt and Sanchez. They're both out on the edge of the grass playing very deep. 2-2, fouled back by DiLorenzo. And we mentioned 320 down the lines, power alleys 375, straightaway center is 390. So a pretty nice size ballpark, but definitely reachable down the lines. And the wind blowing out right down that left field line this evening. And again, here's the 2-2 pitch. The slider stays high, 3 balls, 2 strikes. This is the 6th batter of the game for the Curve. So far, no hits. They had a couple of base runners in the first inning on the base on balls. Now, Bolt Jackson's payoff. And he went back to the breaking pitch, and DiLorenzo fouled it back. Pipeliners 2 runs in the first on 3 hits. Again, the payoff pitch to DiLorenzo. And he pops him up. Left side, shallow left field, a long run for Selko, and he's got it. Long at bat. That one goes to Bolt Jackson. He gets DiLorenzo to fly to left for out number 1, bringing up the DH, Corey Coltrane. Coltrane playing in his 7th game, is 1 of 15 at the plate. And he made the most of his at-bats. He's walked once. He's got a couple of runs batted in. Fastball is low for ball 1. And Bolt Jackson ready, the 1 strike, or the 1-0. That was foul tipped and caught by Valoria. 1 ball, 1 strike. Of course, I can't hear the name Coltrane without thinking about the Mr. Holland's Opus. If you've never seen that movie, that's the jazz kind of artist in that movie is named Coltrane. As Bolt Jackson misses outside, it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Following Coltrane will be Sam Cassane, the center fielder. Comes the 2-1 pitch off the end of the bat, and it'll go foul. Right side, count is 2-2. Curve in their purple jerseys, and they've got what I'd call orange numerals. White pants, the black jerseys tonight for the Pipeliners, gray pants. 2-2, breaking pitch, grounded to Plunkett at third. Goes down to a knee, fires high. Fleischer got his foot back down. Nice play by Kevin Fleischer. And there are 2 away. I'm glad Kevin's 6'4", not about 6 foot there. It might not have happened. So first 2 batters retired by Jordan Bolt Jackson, bringing up the center fielder Sam Cassane. Cassane hitting 171. This is his 13th game. So at the plate, he is 7 of 41. Another lefty in the lineup. Breaking pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Cassane has driven in 3. He's also walked 3 times. One-0, breaking pitch is chopped foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. I think this is by far the most curveball sliders we've seen out of Jordan Bolt Jackson. He seems to be more comfortable out there with a variety of pitches tonight. He brings in the 1-1, goes breaker again. I believe that was the curve. It's fouled back by Cassane. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We've seen a lot of fastballs in his early starts, some changeups. And now he's mixing up things nice. He and Valoria working well together thus far. Now the 1-2 to Cassane. And fastball tailed outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kassane reaches. It would then be Landon Hewlett. Base is empty, 2 away. We're in the bottom of the second, 2-0 McPherson. 2-2 pitch. Just missed the outside corner with the fastball. I was waiting on the umpire, and he looked it over and called it ball 3. So second batter in the inning has gone full. Now the payoff pitch. Breaking pitch grounded right to Fleischer. And he takes it himself. And the Kansas curve, as the Pipeliners did, go in order here in the second. So we're heading on to the third inning here on the Ad Astra Sports Network with McPherson leading the Kansas curve 2-0. As we mentioned, media sponsorship early on. We've had some great response. Right now we have our game sponsored through Sunday, and we have 3 or 4 single games and the doubleheader on the 13th yet that we need media sponsorship to make sure that we can air those games live. As I know people are really enjoying the YouTube stream and the stream here on Ad Astra. If you'd like to do that doubleheader, boy, we had a great doubleheader this last Sunday against the Wellington Heat. You can get both of those games for a total of just $175. If you could be a media sponsor, get a whole lot of advertising that day. That's going to be against the Valley Center Mud Daubers, or single games right now are going at $150, or if you want to do 2, it's $125 per game. I say we need about 4 more of those single games, so if you could help us out and be a media sponsor, contact anybody at McPherson Pipeliners Baseball, or an easy way, you can just contact me, call or text me anytime. My cell number is 620-897-7060. Let's get the rest of the games on the air so you can enjoy them everywhere. As the Pipeliners are playing some pretty good baseball here, 2/3 of the way through the season. And the top of the lineup, Julian Hunt, steps in and takes a very low strike. Julian led off the game with a single, and he later scored. Backdoor curveball is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1, and gets the call on the outside corner, and it's 1-2. Boy, Nada really picking up the pace. Curveball skied in the air to left center field. Over from center field, a long run. Kassane will make the catch for out number 1. And we'll bring up Ray Lozano. He walked and scored in the first inning, as that's all of our scoring so far. 2 runs in the first for McPherson. Low and away, ball 1 to Lozano. Ray has been one of the most used pitchers as well. Gets a lot of starts out in right field, and he takes that curveball, strike 1. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. And a half swing for strike 2. He was fooled. I tell you that, not about 3/4 of his pitches are that curveball. Now he can mix it up. It's a 1-2 count. Now the 1-2. Fastball way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch. Curveball popped up foul territory right side. It'll be an easy play in foul territory for Carrier. And there are 2 away for Jake Selko. He had a single and was stranded at third in the first inning, as Nada has retired 6 straight after surrendering 3 hits in the first inning. And Selko came in hitting .364. Added the single to it, and the breaking pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Tyler Brown getting the evening off. Sure we'll see him back in the lineup tomorrow. Slow curve evens out the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1, big swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Bases empty, 2 away in the top of the third. And it seems like Jared Nada really getting into a rhythm. Curveball, ground ball towards second. And a little flip to first by Kern, and that is 7 straight retired by Nada. As again, the Pipeliners for the second straight inning go in order. As we head to the bottom of the third, it remains Pipeliners 2 and the Curve nothing. As you are listening to Pipeliner Baseball here on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app. Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra Radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106. Ad Astra Radio, your source for award-winning news, weather, and sports coverage. No one covers Central Kansas better. Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Listen to select Pipeliners games online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Bottom of the third inning, it's a 2-0 Pipeliner advantage here in Goddard against the Kansas Curve in their inaugural season. And coming up for the Curve, the 9, 1, and 2 hitters, it'll be Landon Hewlett, Braden Barnhart, and Alex Kern. Hewlett playing in his 17th game, hitting .283. Hewlett has doubled 4 times. He's driven in 11. As now we're both batter and pitcher ready. And the first pitch from Bolt Jackson. Pounds the inside corner for strike 1. And the lights have been on since the game started. The wind's actually gone down some. It is extremely pleasant. Fastball misses high. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the wind and the 1-1. Got him to chase a low one. It's 1-2. That was a fastball down around the ankles. Bolt Jackson, so far 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. Curveball outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Jordan picking the base up a little bit, the 2-2 pitch. Oh, and a good curveball, swing and a miss. He's got his 3rd strikeout. And the first out here in the bottom of the third, back to the top of the lineup, and Braden Barnhart. He led off the first with a walk and then was out number 1 on a fielder's choice. Outfield has been playing about straight away. 3/4 depth again with the wind blowing out to left. In the middle of the infield, very deep, Sanchez and Hunt. There's Jordan, a little slip there on the pitching rubber will regather himself. Big smile on his face. And now the first pitch to Barnhart. Up and in, ball 1. And Valori gets the sign. Bolt Jackson once. The 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2. Again, following Barnhart will be Alex Kern as we're in the bottom of the 3rd. It's a 2-0 McPherson advantage. 2-0 pitch is low, and he's falling behind as Bolt Jackson. 3-0 to Barnhart, who walked in his first at-bat on a 3-1 count. He's yet to swing the bat. I'm sure he won't here on 3-0, and it's high, ball 4. So Barnhart has not swung the bat in 2 at-bats and walked twice. It'll bring up Alex Kern. He reached on a fielder's choice in the first. Barnhart has stolen 5 of 7. Sun trying to pop out from behind the clouds here this evening, and now Barnhart doesn't have to steal second. A balk by Jordan Bolt Jackson. A runner in scoring position. There is 1 down, so I didn't see what he did. I was looking over towards the dugout right as it happened. First pitch to Kern, up and in, ball 1. Following Kern will be Drake Gerard. Check of the runner at second, who's got a big lead. Fastball swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, the Pipeliners, both of their runs came in the first inning as the first 3 batters reached. And since the first, the Pipeliners have not had a hit. They went in order in the second and the top half of the 3rd. 1-1. Good curveball to Kern. Strike 2 on the outside corner. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. I would say of the starts that Jordan Bolt Jackson has made, this is the most comfortable to me he has looked. And the 1-2 in the dirt, blocked nicely by Valoria. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sanchez did dart towards the base at second once. Barnhart's been getting a good lead. And Bolt Jackson, that was a long look. He did get the sign he wants. Here's the 2-2 pitch. High, ball 3. Again, Drake Gerard will follow Kern. 1 away, runner at second, bottom of the 3rd. Curver down 2-0 to the Pipeliners. The 3-2. Curveball pulled the string and caught the inside corner. That will be the 4th strikeout for Jordan Bolt Jackson and the 2nd out of the bottom of the 3rd, and that's why I believe he also is more comfortable. In his other starts, he would have strictly gone fastball in that situation. He's got his confidence tonight in his other pitches, and that was a pretty one. Right on the inside corner, and that'll bring up Gerard. He walked and was stranded at first base in the 1st. And there's the curveball again, strike 1. Bolt Jackson trying to send this to the fourth with the Pipeliners still up a couple of runs. Here's the one strike pitch. Runner goes. Valoria's throw to third. They got the tag down and got him. Barnhart caught stealing, and that will end the inning. And no runs, no hits, and nobody left. So we head on to the fourth inning here in Goddard. It remains Pipeliners 2 and the Curve nothing. This is Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Top of the fourth inning, it's 2-0 Pipeliners, and time for the Pipeliners to rattle the bats a little bit. They have had their last 7 batters retired after getting 2 runs on 3 hits in the first inning. It'll be Fleischer, Zavaleta, and Sanchez. Jared Nada, 1 walk and 1 strikeout. Again, 2 runs on 3 hits thus far. Zavaleta will follow Fleischer. Fleischer flew to center. And swing and a miss. Strike 1. There's Nada's 1-strike pitch. And it's looped into right center field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. And cutting it off, falling down, but Fleischer will have to stay at first. The center fielder, Cassane, did a nice job to make sure it didn't get past him. So leadoff single for Kevin Fleischer will bring up Gerardo Zavaleta. He had an infield RBI single in the first inning. His first run batted in. Fleischer just a decent lead. Fastball well outside, ball 1 to Zavaleta. Fleischer is 0 for 1 in steals. Zavaleta takes low and away. 2 balls, no strikes. We saw Sanchez get caught stealing in the first inning on a perfect throw from the catcher, Charlton. Now Zavaleta takes outside 3-0. So certainly he will take a pitch here. It's Sanchez and Plunkett coming up next. 3-0. Inside corner called strike 1. So it's 3 balls, 1 strike. Inside. Oh, brother. That was low and inside, and they got the call for strike 2. That's a little brutal there. Now the payoff to Zavaleta is outside, I think. Yes, ball 4. Well, umpire all over the place there. I think that certainly was outside. I thought the other one was low and inside, but Zavaleta does earn the walk. So first and second, nobody down for Chris Sanchez. Sanchez handles the bat well. Well, you might wonder if you would think about the sacrifice here. Down at third, Hewlett edging in towards the grass. Sanchez is going to swing away, and he takes strike 1. There is nobody down. We have not seen the Pipeliners sacrifice very much at all this summer. Nada check a second. Sanchez pops the curveball up. That's the infield fly. And the second baseman, Kern, does make the catch for out number 1, so you do not advance the runners. One down for Grant Plunkett. He flew to right, leading off the second inning. Nada's first pitch tried that backdoor curve and missed low, ball 1. Well, you look out in left, Barnhart is way off the line. If you could guess curveball right, you could get something down in the corner. Plunkett just missed one down the line there on the hop. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Kind of what I was talking about. If you can guess curveball and keep it fair, they're going to give you that left field line right now. Here's one hit high in the air to left. Barnhart, an easy play for out number 2. So after starting the inning, first and second, no down. Fleischer still at second. Zavaleta still at first with 2 outs for the catcher, Roger Valoria. Valoria grounded out to short in the second inning. It's a 2-0 Pipeliner advantage, top of the 4th here in Goddard. Fastball on the outside corner, strike 1 to Valoria. Nada check a second. 1 strike pitch, and it tails outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Valoria reaches safely. It would then be Jared Ueda. Outside, ball 2. It's 2-1 to Valoria. And the inning started with Fleischer singling and Zavaleta walking. 2-1 is chopped foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Calling Zavaleta. Sanchez popped out to second, then Plunkett flew to left. So Nada trying to strand the runners here and keep the curve really close. It's just 2-0. There's a slow roller towards short. It's going to be a tough play. And, wow, I'm surprised Gerard fielded it. He might have had a chance still to get Valoria. So we're going to rule that an infield single. And the bases will be loaded for Jared Ueda. Ueda went down looking to end the second inning. And a big at-bat here for Jared. Rips it into right, base hit. 1 run is in. They'll send Zavaleta to the plate. Here comes the throw. It's offline. It's a 4-0 lead, and now the runner stranded between second and third and tagged out. Goodness. But Ueda does deliver a 2-run single, scoring Fleischer and Zavaleta. And then Valoria is picked off between second and third for the 3rd out of the inning. So in the inning, 2-run score for the Pipeliners on 3 hits. No errors, and there ended up being 1 left. As we head on to the bottom of the 4th. And the score is now 4-0. Pipeliners leading the Kansas Curve. Again, one of the features we're promoting tonight. If you go to McPhersonPipelinersBaseball.com, go to the schedule, you'll find the Weather Watchers app. You click onto that, and wherever you're at, you can get your current, any kind of weather updates that they're giving and your current weather forecast. That's a feature partnering with the McPherson Pipeliners this summer. Again, go to McPhersonPipelinersBaseball.com and go to the schedule and click on the Weather Watchers app. And again, we mentioned, as we will throughout the evening, we've got games media sponsored through Sunday. So we're still needing for the rest of the season about 3 or 4 single games and the doubleheader coming up on the 13th against the Valley Center Muddaubers. That doubleheader will go for just $175. That would get you both games and all the advertising during the 2 games here online. Or single games go at $125 a piece, and if you would do more than 2, it'd go down. Games after you sponsor the first 2 would go down to $100 a game. So if you can help us out, we'd love to bring you the rest of the season right here online. I know people are really enjoying our YouTube stream this summer. And you could give me a call or a text, 620-897-7060. If you can help be a media sponsor, we'll get the rest of this great action online for McPherson Pipeliner Baseball. Again, great thank you to everybody that has already done that this year for us. We've had great response when the expenses kind of got high early in the season that were unexpected. You guys have stepped up, and we've been able to cover most every game. So a huge thank you to everybody out there that has done that. As leading off here in the bottom of the 4th will be Drake Gerard. He was in the box when Barnhart was caught trying to steal third. And that sweeping breaking pitch is outside, ball 1. So it'll be Gerard, Carrier, and Charlton. And Gerard walked in the first inning. And the fastball high. 2 balls, no strikes. So far, Bolt Jackson, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, and no runs on no hits to this point. And the fastball misses outside. Now it's 3-0 on Gerard. So taking, I'm sure, all the way will be Gerard. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Right on the outer part of the plate, strike 1. We'll see where Jordan Bolt Jackson will go on 3-1. He's had a lot of confidence throwing the curve and slider tonight. And he misses in the dirt, ball 4. So a leadoff walk for Drake Gerard will bring up Mason Carrier. Carrier struck out in the first inning. It was one of 2 strikeouts back-to-back to get the second and third outs. Carrier and Charlton. Now, yeah, just soft toss it, and he still almost threw it away. It's a great job there by Fleischer. Now you can tell that's one thing that Jordan Bolt Jackson does not seem to be real comfortable trying to make a big pickoff attempt at first. And he misses way high with the fastball, ball 1. In the 5th appearance of the season, I think this is all starts. He did come in relief in one game. High again, 2 balls, no strikes. He had the start in that early season game at Valley Center that turned into the forfeit, so all the numbers were erased from that game. Good fastball on the outside corner. It's 2-1 to Mason Carrier. Leadoff walk to Drake Gerard. He's at first. Bolt Jackson comes inside, swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Boy, what a gorgeous evening. We have a very small crowd here tonight. It's in the 70s, and the wind has gone down quite a bit, blowing out to left absolutely beautiful. Some high cloud cover. The 2-2 to Carrier. Misses low and in. 3 balls, 2 strikes. You don't want to risk walking the first 2, so you want to bring something somewhere around the plate. Here's the payoff to Carrier. Outside ball 4. Back-to-back walks to Girard and Carrier to start the inning. And that'll bring a trip to the mound. So Jordan has struck out 4, walked 5 here in 3 innings. Charlton was one of those strikeouts. He will be the batter when we resume. And make your plans if you haven't already. The big 4th of July game is upon us tomorrow at 6:30 at Edward Jones Stadium. We'll be live from the Williams press box just before 6:30. That's a special start time and enable everybody to get over to the fireworks after the game before they get going. And the day off Friday and a 3-game homestand. The Larks are in on Saturday, Sunday before the Curve come to town next Monday. So the conference over with Jordan Bolt, Roger Valoria, and the coaching staff. And it'll be Garth Charlton. Leadoff walks to Girard and Carrier. So Bolt Jackson ready. Here's the first pitch. He misses high with the fastball, ball 1. He's walked Girard and Carrier both on 3-1 pitches. The 1-0. High again in ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. And again, both with the fastball. And that is where he tends to miss with the fastball, is up in the zone. As here recently, he's been going a little bit away from what was working earlier on, that curveball and the slider. That fastball he brings down a little bit, and it's 2-1. Following Charlton will be DiLorenzo, then Coltrane. There's the 2-1 pitch. Hit high in the air to right. Runner's tag. Lozano's got it, and everybody holds. Charlton flies to right for the first out of the inning, bringing up Dylan DiLorenzo. DiLorenzo led off the second inning, and he flew out to left. That was one that was a really long run for Selko, and he was able to make the play. So a bit of a delay here, a little mound grooming there by Jordan Bolt Jackson. Now the lefty DiLorenzo is ready. First pitch, curveball. Boy, didn't get the call. An awful good pitch called, ball 1. I have to assume it was called high. It certainly didn't appear to be. Now the 1-0. Ground ball to first. Fleischer able to knock it down, step on the bag for out number 2. That gets Girard to third and Carrier to second. Now bring up Corey Coltrane, the DH. He grounded out to Plunkett at third in his first at-bat back in the second inning. So a big batter here for Jordan Bolt Jackson. Pipeliners leading 4-0. Curve batting in the bottom of the 4th. Second and third, 2 down. First pitch to Coltrane. Goes to the curve, strike one. No balls and one strike. Again, Coltrane reaches safely. The batter would then be Sam Cassane. One strike pitch. Pops him up right side, and it'll sail out of play. No balls and two strikes. And here's where you want to fight the urge to put one too far out of the strike zone. Don't risk any kind of a wild pitch or anything such as that. But you do want to see if you can get Coltrane to chase one. And it nearly went to the backstop, well outside with the fastball. It's 1-2. That was kind of what I was referring to. He certainly didn't want to put anything over the middle of the plate. So the count 1-2. And then time called at the plate. Now pitcher and batter both ready. 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging on the curveball. Fifth strikeout of the game before Jordan Bolt Jackson. No runs, no hits, 2 left. So we head on to the 5th, and it remains McPherson 4 and the Kansas Curve 0 as we're here at Goddard Eisenhower High School in Goddard, Kansas. And you're listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106.
Top of the 5th inning, it's 4-0 McPherson. It'll be Julian Hunt to lead off, so it's the top of the lineup against Jared Nada. Hunt, sharp grounder, but it's right at the second baseman, Kern. 1 pitch, 1 out. Julian Hunt now 1 for 3, had a first inning single. And that will bring up Ray Lozano. Ray walked in the first, and he popped to first base. Actually fouled out the first in the 3rd inning. He's swinging first pitch and fouls it off, strike 1. Again, the sun popping through the clouds. We had enough cloud cover. The lights were kicked on right at the start of the game. 1 strike pitch. Curveball low and away. It's 1-1. And Nada, 1 strikeout, 2 walks. Has given up 4 runs on 6 hits. Slow moving curveball down to short. Sidearm throw to first. It just gets Lozano. Good play by Gerard. And there's 2 away for the left fielder, Jake Selko. Selko had a first inning single, then he grounded to second to end the 3rd inning. The Pipeliners have very unique. The 1st and 4th innings, the line is exactly the same. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 left. And the 2nd and 3rd innings, they went in order. It's an interesting line. You'd like to break out of that streak at least. Did that pitch count? Selko had asked for time. I never saw it granted. The pitch was thrown. I think it counted. So I believe it's a 1-0 count on Selko. Now it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Curveball on the inside part of the plate. Most of the time I wait for the umpire to signal because we have no operational scoreboard. And again, Selko asked for time. I don't know if it was granted. I have no idea what the count is. Okay, it is just a 1-strike count. All right. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Selko trying to take time. Nada has gotten in and trying to get in rhythm again. And Selko drills one to right field. If it's fair, it's gone. It is. Solo home run. Oh, wait. Oh, you got to be kidding me. You're saying that was foul? Oh, good grief. Selko robbed of a home run. Oh, wow. We've got a good look at that. That looked clearly fair. Wow. So now the 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. I think this should be a 5-0 game. So the Pipeliners officially go in order. They missed that one. So Selko robbed of his 5th home run of the season. And we head to the bottom of the 5th as the score remains Pipeliners 4 and the Kansas Curve 0. I still can't get over that one. That just clearly looked fair. And the umpire, all I know is they just missed it. I don't know any other explanation there. So Jordan Bolt Jackson will come back out for the bottom of the 5th inning. He struck out 5. He's walked 5. And coming up for the Curve, it'll be Sam Cassane, Landon Hewlett. In the top of the lineup, Braden Barnhart. We're still in a little disbelief here on that one. We'll see if Jordan, he's battled out of jams in the 1st and 4th innings. He stranded 2 in each of those innings. And in between, he had a couple of 1, 2, 3 innings. Cassane 0 for 1. He grounded out to Fleischer at first. I'd say the sun got in the umpire's eyes, but he was looking away from the sun on that call. Boy. So again, join us tomorrow night for more Pipeliner baseball. The 4th of July game again will start at 6:30 against the Clearwater Outlaws. And then much needed day off. There's some tired arms and everything. Pipeliners can use Friday off before they'll get back at it for 3 games straight at home. The Hayes Larks Saturday, Sunday. Kansas Curve on Monday. So 4-0. Should be 5-0, we think, but that's water under the bridge now. 4-0 going into the bottom of the 5th inning. So the lefty, Sam Cassane, leads off. And he pops it up right side of the infield. Fleischer camps out underneath it. He's got it for out number 1. That'll bring up Landon Hewlett. He led off the 3rd inning and went down on strikes. I hate to think it was a makeup call from the last game here. You remember there was a curve hit right down the right field line that was clearly fair, called foul, that would have been extra bases last time. So maybe all that evens out, but there's a fastball swing and a miss by Hewlett for strike one. Now the one strike pitch. And couldn't get him to chase the curveball. 1 ball, 1 strike. In the sun, everybody breaking out the shades. Fastball, pretty pitch, called outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. I think, yeah, I do. I believe that is right where he wanted to place it. Now the 2-1 to Hewlett is low, ball 3. 3-1 the count. See what Valoria will call here on 3-1. Here's a pitch to Hewlett. Fastball, and it's fouled back and out of play. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. Following Hewlett, the top of the lineup, Braden Barnhart. Bases empty, 1 away, bottom of the 5th. The payoff to Hewlett. Curveball high, ball 4. That's the 6th walk for Bolt Jackson. And it'll bring up Braden Barnhart. He has not swung at a pitch yet in 2 at-bats. He's walked twice. He walked on a 3-1 pitch in the first and a 3-0 pitch in the third. Came in as a 250 hitter, batting in the leadoff spot. High, ball 1. Middle of the infield, Hunt and Sanchez in off the grass a little bit. Been playing very deep. And a fastball on the outside part of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Silko very deep, as is Ueda. The 1-1 pitch. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Following Barnhart will be Alex Kern. This kind of lead Hewlett gets, got a decent lead at first. The 2-1, high, ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. And again, Barnhart has not swung the bat yet. He's going to work the count until he can't work it anymore. 3-1, and he popped it up, and it will sail back and out of play. 3 balls and 2 strikes. I lost that off the bat. Just watching how Barnhart reacted. He turned around and watched it to make sure it was heading out. It got over us. I don't know where it landed.
Stay with him, bud. Stay with him.
Well, Bolt Jackson ready. Here comes the payoff. Whoa, and he's frustrated. That is in the upper part of the strike zone, but it's called high, ball 4. That's walk number 7, second in the inning. And you are just not getting that high strike call tonight. It'll bring up Alex Kern. He reached on a fielder's choice in the first, and he struck out in the 3rd inning. There's the first pitch, high, ball 1. Cassane on the first pitch of the inning popped up to Kevin Fleischer at first. And Hewlett and Barnhart have walked. 1-0 to Kern, down the middle for strike one. It's 1-1. Following Kern will be Drake Gerard. Bottom of the 5th inning, first and second, one away. Currently a 4-0 Pipeliner advantage. The 1-1 curveball is chopped foul in the batter's box. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, the Pipeliners pair of runs in the 1st and 4th inning. They've got their 4 runs on 6 hits. No runs, no hits so far for the Kansas Curve. Nobody's committed an error in the game. And the 1-2 pitch to Kern. Fastball fouled off right side. So again, the count remains 1-2. Kern came in 4 of 11 at the plate, just playing in his 7th game. Curveball grounded to Plunkett, and he doesn't field it cleanly. Everybody's going to be safe. And the announcer's jinx. I just mentioned no errors, and now we have one. It's going to load the bases up. Boy, and there you had a chance to for sure get 1 out and have a chance to get out of the inning. And now it's bases loaded, still just 1 down for Drake Gerard. Now it'll be a trip to the mound. It's by the head coach, and that might be it. Jordan Bolt Jackson will exit the game here in the 5th. He gets through 4 1/3. 5 strikeouts, 7 walks, and no hits. All 3 runners will be his responsibility. As the new pitcher will be Tyler Dunn. A Mac College product. This had to miss some time this summer with a sore arm. He threw, I have to look back, he threw a few games ago. Got time, let's take a quick look back. He threw in the game against Wellington, the second half of that doubleheader, in relief. And on the season, this will be Tyler's 4th appearance. He does have an 0-1 record. He's thrown 7 innings, ended up 9 runs, all of them earned on 11 hits. He's walked 11, struck out 3. And a big spot in the game. It's a 4-0 Pipeliner lead, bottom of the 5th. Bases have been loaded. Again, without a hit, 2 walks and an error. There's 1 down. It'll be the middle of the lineup, Gerard and Carrier. So Valoria and Dunn will have a quick little conference. Obviously, you would love to induce a ground ball here. Gerard has walked twice. Now Valoria will settle back in. And we'll see Dunn here in just a moment.
Go, boys.
And Tyler's first pitch at the knees, strike 1. He got a low strike call there. Certainly this umpire has favored, certainly not belt high. It has been nothing as a strike. It's been below that on down to the knees, maybe a little below. It's been his zone. 1 strike pitch in the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. Tyler's a quick worker. He gets the sign he likes, and the pitch is on the way. And the base is loaded, 1 away in the bottom of the 5th. 1-1. Curveball is high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Pipeliner fans here getting a little out on the edge of their seat here in the bottom of the 5th.
Get hold of it, babe.
A 2-1 to Gerard. High ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Now you got to bring something in with the bases loaded. Nowhere to put Gerard.
Hold of it, babe.
Dunn's 3-1 is low, ball 4, and the curve on the board. It's 4-1. And again, this has all happened still with no hits. And it'll bring out Mason Carrier. He struck out and walked against Jordan Bolt. Oh boy, those free passes. Again, it's another lefty. First pitch from Dunn, outside, ball 1.
Way to be smart, bud. Way to be smart.
Carrier leads the team in home runs again, just 320 down the line. Fastball on the outside corner. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Oh, it's 4-1. Bases loaded, 1 away, bottom of the 5th. Second Pipeliner pitcher Tyler Dunn misses inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Again, following Carrier will be Garth Charlton. And Dunn, this time a little bit longer look in. Right on the outside corner. I think he went slider there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, Dunn, you'd love a pitch located right where that last one was. The 2-2 got him swinging. Big strikeout there from Tyler Dunn. Or out number 2. I think he went back to the slider. Now the batter will be Garth Charlton, who has struck out and flown to right. Well, a frustrated Carrier went back to the dugout. Had that bat over top of his helmet. If it was the Bo Jackson days, he would have snapped it in half.
60 miles an hour.
Dunn's first pitch to Charlton, high and away, ball 1. Again, the bases are loaded, bottom of the 5th. There are 2 away. 4-1 Pipeliners.
Go 22.
The 1-0 pitch settles right in there. Strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Might have been the changeup. So it looked like it was going to come in high and then dove in the strike zone right at the last.
Keep on it, bud. You can do it.
You know, the 1-1, low and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pipeliner dugout conferring with the count. Again, the scoreboard not operational this evening.
Here
Comes the 2-1 pitch. And that's low, ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike. Following Charlton would be DiLorenzo. Here's the 3-1. And that's a wild pitch. all 4, and now it's 4-2, and still no hits in the inning.
2 runs, no hits.
So you give Charlton a run batted in, as you would have Girard. Now that moves the tying run in the scoring position for DiLorenzo, who's flown to left and grounded out to first. Inside, ball 1 to DiLorenzo. Nine walks issued so far in 4 2/3 by Pipeliner pitching. No hits allowed to this point. Outside, ball 2. It's 2-0. And if you're DiLorenzo, you may just be taking for a little bit. The 2-0 pitch is high, ball 3.
Way to be smart.
This is the 8th batter of the inning. And all started innocently enough. First pitch, Cassane fouled out, and then things have gone awry.
All the way.
The 3-0. Outside corner, strike 1. It's 3-1.
Leave it up the ump.
Still a good hitter's count for DiLorenzo at 3-1. 2 down, bases loaded. It's 4-2. Dunn shaking off signs, and time will be called.
39.
Now digging back in, DiLorenzo.
Okay, let's go, big guy.
The 3-1 pitch. Outside corner, strike 2. Now the runners will be moving. So a first hit of the game could certainly tie things up.
You can hit it. You can do it, big guy. You can do it. Get a hold of that ball. You can do it.
Dunn staring down his catcher, Valoria. Here's the payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. DiLorenzo doesn't realize that he's sprinting down the first, and it was right at the knees. 3 straight on the outside corner. And that will retire the side. 2 runs on no hits, 1 error, and 3 left. So we head to the 6th inning. It's now the Pipeliners 4 and the Curve 2. This is Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app. Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra Radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106. Ad Astra Radio, your source for award-winning news, weather, and sports coverage. No one covers Central Kansas better. Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Listen to select Pipeliners games online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Top of the 6th inning, a 4-2 advantage for the Pipeliners. It's going to be Fleischer, Zavaleta, and Sanchez due up. Jared Nada will begin his 6th inning of work. He's given up 4 runs on 6 hits. He struck out 2 and walked 2 to this point. Fleischer is 1 for 2. He flew to center in the first. He singled and scored a run in the 4th inning. Swing and a miss on the first pitch for strike 1.
Guys, we gotta make it hold.
And here's where you want to answer back and try to get those runs back. As Fleischer asks for time, he pulls the helmet right off. He wants to readjust everything. Again, the count is 1 strike. Fastball well outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. And not already the wind and the 1-1. And not sure what kind of a swing. It was kind of a golf swing, half swing for strike 2. Fleischer was certainly looking for a different pitch. He's now playing in his 11th game. 1-2 and a grounder towards first. And Carrier will take it himself. Actually ended up flipping to the pitcher Nada for a close play. But it is the first out of the inning, bringing up the DH, Gerardo Zavaleta. It was 1 for 1 at a RBI infield single in the first, then he walked in the 4th inning. And breaking pitch is well inside for ball 1. And Zavaleta, that infield RBI single, that was his first run batted in on the year.
He's flopping. He acted like he got hit.
Now the 1-0. That caromed off of the plate, clear to the backstop. 2 balls, no strikes.
He's flopping.
Thank you.
And Nada has the sign he likes, the 2-0. Oh, they call it a strike on the outside corner. It's 2-1. Now he gets him to chase the low breaking pitch in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's the pitch you have to lay off of Nada's.
1 more.
2-2 fastball grounded to short. Easy hop there for Gerard. And there's 2 away.
1 more.
Pipeliners, it's been kind of all or nothing. The 2 innings they scored in, 2 runs on 3 hits. The other 3 innings they've gone in order. And they're in danger of doing so here. Bases empty, 2 away for Chris Sanchez. Sanchez has reached on a fielder's choice and popped out to second. Curveball, strike 1. The 1 strike pitch. And boy, either low or away. That was a good pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. I thought it would be called strike 2, and it was not.
It should have been.
Now the 1-1. That one is outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Sanchez reaches. It would then be Grant Plunkett. And the wind and the 2-1 pitch right down the first base line. Carrier's got it, and it's a quick 1-2-3 inning.
Good job. Let's go get it.
So we head to the bottom of the 6th. Score remains Pipeliners 4 and the Kansas Curve 2. Again, we'll be back live from Edward Jones Stadium and the Williams Press Box tomorrow night against the Clearwater Outlaws. 6:30 start for the 4th of July game. And we have some great media sponsors lined up clear through Sunday. We have about 3 or 4 games, single games remaining in a doubleheader on the 13th that we still need your help with media sponsorship. We want to make sure we can get all those games on the air through the rest of the season. So if you're listening and you know you are somebody who could help us out and be a media sponsor, you get all the airtime that you want during our broadcast. And for the doubleheader against the Mud Daubers on the Saturday the 12th, let me double check that date. That is actually the 13th. That game would be just $175 to sponsor both games of the doubleheader. Or if you want to do a single game, those will start at $125. If you do 3 or more of those remaining games, you could get the rest of the games at $100 apiece. So if you'd like to help out and help us get the rest of those games on the air this season, contact anybody at McPherson Pipeliners Baseball, or you can contact me directly, 620-897-7060. You can call or text anytime, and that will assure us of getting the rest of the Pipeliner action this season on the air on our YouTube stream and right here on the Ad Astra Sports Network. So Tyler Dunn out for his second inning of work. It'll be the bottom third of the lineup: Corey Coltrane, Sam Cassane, and Landon Hewlett. A lot of opportunities to see the Pipeliners at home this Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And then Friday the 12th and Saturday the 13th. And also Wednesday the 17th. All those are home dates remaining. Just 2 road games left. Wednesday the 10th at the Wellington Heat, and here in Goddard again on Monday the 15th, once again against the Curve. So Corey Coltrane, the DH, leads off. He's grounded to third and struck out. And fastball fouled back, strike one. It's a 4-2 game right now. Dunn and Bolt have combined for a no-hitter. And a changeup swing and a miss. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. And Dunn, he uses just the stretch the entire time. This one belted to left. Selko back, reaches up, it's over his head. And this will be at least a double. And that's where he will stop the first hit of the game for the Curve. Coltrane, a stand-up double. The lead off here in the bottom of the 6th. And I'll bring up Sam Cassane, the center fielder. He's grounded to first and popped to first. But again, the 9 walks issued finally came back to bite the Pipeliners in the last inning, where a pair of runs scored. So Cassane digs in the lefty with Coltrane at second to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. The bunt is down. Dunn's only play is going to be first, and it's going to be a close play and safe. And then it's a bad throw, and coming home to make it a 4-3 game is Coltrane. So you're going to have a single and an error on the play.
Jump on him, Landon.
The tying run is aboard for Landon Hewlett. Hewlett has struck out and walked. He scored the first run of the game in the last inning. He puts down a bunt. Only play will be first. And they do get Hewlett. That advances the possible tying run to scoring position. And one down for the top of the lineup, and Braden Barnhart hasn't had an official at-bat yet. He's walked 3 times. He scored a run in the 5th. Well, no doubt the bats are going to have to get rolling again for the Pipeliners.
Go 1-6. Go, you can do it. Get a hold of it.
Here's the first pitch to Barnhart. He's going to bunt it. And it gets past Dunn. This is going to be another bunt single.
But he went on the pass.
Oh, what a turn of events here.
Come up to second base and that guy went on first. He had been on second.
He went the wrong way. And he
So first and third still just one down for Alex Kern. The tying run is at third. It's a 4-3 game. Pipeliners led 4-0, and by all accounts should have been 5. We think Selko had a home run taken off the board
your eyes open, boys. You can do it.
back in the 5th inning. Now another bunt attempt, and it's taken for strike 1, and now nobody covering second. So down there goes Barnhart, and that takes the double play out of the equation.
Come on now, let's get one.
And somebody there, it was their responsibility. And yeah, because you had Hunt was having to cover third with Plunkett charging. Sanchez had to cover first with the potential bunt, so there was nobody there. So now the go-ahead run is also in scoring position. 1 strike pitch to Kern. He fouls it back. No balls, 2 strikes. Kern has been on base twice. He's reached on a fielder's choice and an error. He's also struck out. He's officially 0 for 3. Dunn trying to battle out of this. Pipeliners decide to go ahead and pull the infield in. Here's a 2-strike pitch. He went around, didn't he? Oh. Home plate umpire, he needed to call the strike 3 because you appeal to an umpire in the middle of the field. He has no idea, and Kern appeared to go around. And now it is going to be a 1-2 pitch. That one over the head of Kern. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Following Kern will be Drake Gerard. Pipeliners clinging to a 4-3 lead. And getting a piece of it, Kern fouls it back. The count stays 2-2. So Dunn and both Kern ready once again. Again, the infield pulled in. It's a 2-2 count, 1 down, second and third.
Stay with it.
Shot up the middle, base hit. And this is going to give the Curve the lead. 5-4, Kern on a 2-run single.
And he was playing hard and he was passing.
Good job, boys. Woo!
And we'll bring up Drake Gerard. Gerard has walked 3 times and has an RBI. He walked with the bases loaded in the 5th.
He was over here. You have to go back behind. They missed over here. He got right after me there.
So the 4-0 lead is officially evaporated here in the 6th inning.
They're throwing it hard.
I mean, this guy here.
Oh, there we
First pitch swinging, it's fouled back and out of play for strike 1. Following Gerard will be Mason Carrier. As we understand, there's going to be some substitutions made by the Pipeliners. There's a pop-up down the right field line in foul territory. Fleischer measuring it, makes the catch for out number 2.
Good try, good try.
It's a big second out of the inning, and it'll bring up Mason Carrier. Carrier with a pair of strikeouts and a walk.
Come on, UCO,
It's
give it a
officially 0 for 2. So Kern at first. He had the big 2-run single in the inning. Fastball up and away, ball 1.
Come on, Bronco.
Kern a decent lead at first. And low, 2 balls, no strikes. Carrier reaches and then be Garth Charlton. 3 runs are home in the inning. 2 bunt singles, a double, and a 2-run single in the inning. Great jump. Throw to second, and the tag. Good tag. Oh, and they call him safe. Well, I thought Hunt clearly got the tag on before the hand was in, but the umpire right there said safe. Good throw from Valoria. Now, was it a strike one? I think it's a 2-1 count. Pitch, no, I guess it wasn't. That's a 4-pitch walk to Carrier. So it's first and second. 3rd walk for Tyler Dunn, and that may be the last batter for Dunn. Here comes Coach Dawson to the mound. 10 walks this evening for Pipeliner pitching. In 3 runs home in the inning. It started off with a Coltrane double, and then Cassane a bunt single. As now we will see Trevor Lunkwitz. So Tyler Dunn ends up going an inning and a third. And all the hits he surrendered were in this inning. There were 4 of them. He struck out 2 and walked 3.
He is the boy right over there. We're together only.
So Trevor Lunkwitz, this is the 2nd time this week they have brought him out of the bullpen.
The man right there.
The umpire?
Yes.
Other umpire's out there.
We get him entered into the scorebook, and we'll take a look at his season numbers, and we'll look back on his relief appearance here a couple of games back. He came in and pitched against the Park City Rangers in 2 innings, no runs, no hits. He struck out 2, walked 1, and hit 1. He came in and inherited in the 8th inning in that game, 1st and 2nd, nobody down, and got the McPherson Pipeliners out of that jam. And now that's 1st and 2nd, 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Trevor will make his 7th appearance. He's 0-2. He's thrown 21 innings. He's given up 24 earned runs, 27 overall on 30 hits. He has walked 16, struck out 11. He's hit 6 batters. And he will be facing Garth Charlton. Charlton is 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Again, his grandparents have been very generous this year. They are sponsoring the games in which Trevor appears, and he is appearing in his 3rd game here recently. He's scheduled to start Sunday. I wonder if this will affect that at all, depending on how many innings he throws. I don't think it will, as he is ready to go.
Hey, let's go, big guy.
And his first pitch, fastball is high, ball 1. And his parents, Rod and Chris Lunkwitz, down in Keller, Texas. Sam and Natalie Park, Harry Park's parents down in Frisco, Texas, also have been great media sponsors this year. Big thank you. A lot of support out of Texas for the Pipeliners. And the 1-0 pitch misses low. 2 balls, no strikes. If Charlton reaches, it would then be DiLorenzo It's 5-4 curve here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the 2-0 fastball dribbled back to Lundqvist. He'll just tag out the runner going by, so that was a big pitch. He gets the easy little ground out to end the inning, but the curve in the inning grabbed the lead. 3 runs on 4 hits, 1 error, and there was 2 runners left. So as we head on to the 7th inning, it's now the curve 5 and the Pipeliners 4 as you're listening to McPherson Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app.
Well, the Pipeliners come to bat in the top of the 7th, trailing for the first time this evening, and Jared Nada will begin his 7th inning of work. Grant Plunkett will lead off, and he takes outside ball 1. Plunkett has flown to right and flown to left. High and away, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Well, it's a couple of long innings for Nada to wait on. Plunkett swinging 2-0, fouls it out of play right side. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Last 2 innings, there has been 16 batters for the curve. Plunkett pulls one a mile foul down the left field line. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He guessed curveball, but was way out in front of it. And he takes strike 3 on the outside corner. 3rd strikeout for Jared Nada. That will bring up the catcher, Roger Valoria. Valoria has grounded to short, and he has an infield single. And the Pipeliners in the 1st and 4th innings got 2 runs on 3 hits in each inning. The rest of the innings, they have no hits. And Valoria, chopper to short. Going to be a fairly routine play for Girard, and there's quickly 2 down. As that is 8 straight retired for Jared Nada. And that'll bring up Jared Ueda. Ueda 1 for 2. He struck out in the 2nd. He had a 2-run single in the 4th inning. Boy, and you just feel like you need to get something rolling here pretty soon as you have fallen behind, and Ueda takes curveball low, ball 1. Just try to kind of get some positive mojo going again. In the dirt, 2 balls, no strikes. Trey Yukimoto has a bat, and he will enter the lineup in the leadoff spot coming up next. As Ueda takes a strike, it's 2 balls, 1 strike.
Good job. Fire again.
The 2-1, and that one will bounce to the backstop. 3 balls, 1 strike. So all 5 runs have come in the last 2 innings for the Curve. And now the Pipeliners have a base runner on the 3rd walk for Nada. And Nada, that may be his last batter as coaching staff on the way to the mound. So Trey Yukamoto will enter the game. And we'll see if he faces Nada. Looks like there's a pitcher just out of the dugout ready to head to the mound if he gets the call. And nope, Nada's going to face another batter here. Yukamoto, a switch hitter, so it doesn't matter. So he'll turn it around and hit right-handed. Trey comes into the contest, a .342 hitter. He's got 5 doubles, and he's knocked in 12. As we hear some fireworks off in the background. Actually surprised I haven't heard more this week than I have. Usually get a few days early. Trey takes outside ball 1. He's sitting in the shortstop spot, which was Julian Hunt, who went 1 for 3 tonight. It's an outside corner strike to Yukamoto. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Good job. Good job.
Ueda, just a modest lead at first. The 1-1 Yukamoto. And boy, low strike on the outside corner. It's 1-2.
Good job.
Tell you, if Nada works there and he gets that call, he's going to be really difficult to hit. That's a tough pitch.
Todd, you can do it.
I bet he comes curve here. He tried that backdoor curve, and it's well outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first, 2 down, top of the 7th. For the Pipeliners, it's 5-4 curve. 2-2, slow curve, a swing and a miss.
Nice job, boys.
Yukamoto down on strikes. That will end the 7th. No runs, no hits, 1 left. So we head on to the bottom of the 7th. Remains the Kansas Curve 5 and the McPherson Pipeliners 4. This is Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106.
We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. It's a 5-4 Kansas Curve advantage. Trevor Lunkwitz got the final out in the 6th inning, so he'll stay on and pitch the 7th. He'll face Dylan DiLorenzo, Corey Coltrane, and Sam Cassane. DiLorenzo is 0 for 3. He's flown to left, bounced to first, and struck out. Fastball. Boy. Down the middle, right in the middle of the strike zone, called ball 1. That's not sure where that was ruled. It must have been high. That one is high. It's 2 balls, no strikes.
Way to be ready. You know where to put
Di
it.
Lorenzo ready. And the 2-0 pitch on the way. Outside ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Now Lunkwitz, he's signaling out to Sanchez, who's moved over to short. Yukamoto's at second. The 3-0 pitch down the middle for strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike.
Get a hold of it. You can do it.
Lunkwitz ready. The 3-1. Pops him up. It will sail back and out of play.
Good hit.
The count is 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Go 39. You can do this.
Again, following Di Lorenzo will be Corey Coltrane and Sam Cassane. And the payoff pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Looked like he went changeup. And Lunkwitz strikes out Di Lorenzo for the first out of the inning, bringing to the plate the DH. Corey Coltrane. Coltrane 1 for 3. He led off the 6th inning with a double, and he later scored. Now Valoria and Lunkwitz, quick little conversation. And now we're ready for baseball once again. Coltrane and Trevor Lunkwitz. First pitch on the way. He got him to pop it up. Foul territory left side. Plunkett watches it just get into the stands for strike 1. It was hit so high, I lost it here in the press box. Plunkett, once he stopped, I knew it was going to be out of play, but it was actually fairly close as it hit just a couple of rows up in the stands. And the count 1 strike on the DH, Corey Coltrane. There's a little blooper out to Sanchez for out number 2. I wonder if that broke the bat. It had a weird sound. So 2 up, 2 down for the center fielder, Sam Cassane. Cassane 1 for 3. He had a bunt single and a run scored in that 3-run 6th inning. Wore the curve after they got 2 in the 5th. Fastball a little bit high, ball 1. The Curves 5 runs have come on, 4 hits. All the hits came in the 6th inning. 4 runs, 6 hits for the Pipeliners. 1-0, pulled the string on the curveball. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Go 33.
Now Lunkwitz comes set. He's ready, and then time called at the plate. It looks like a little dirt in the eye of Cassane. He quickly asked for times.
33.
Well, dirt must have kicked up. Now the 1-1 pitch is fouled off left side.
Nice try. Good job.
A little out on the end of the bat. Cassane checking out the bat. The count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases empty, 2 away. Bottom of the 7th inning. It's a 5-4 curve advantage. The 1-2, and it's pulled well foul. Jammed him with a breaking pitch. As we're getting some fireworks over to our east. Some pretty nice ones going on here in Goddard this evening. A little pre-4th of July show, I guess you'd call it. Once again, we have the 1-2 pitch. Fastball, couldn't get him to go after it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Boy, don't you wish the weather would be just like this tomorrow night for sitting outside and watching fireworks. It is absolutely beautiful tonight. Low 70s. Winds are light. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to whoa, weird hop to Yukamoto. He's got it. Flips to first and got him. Nice recovery there by Trey. Trevor Lundquist sets down the curve in order. We head on to the 8th. And it remains the curve 5 and the Pipeliners 4. So again, tomorrow night, the 4th of July game starts at 6:30 from Edward Jones Stadium and the Williams Press Box against the Clearwater Outlaws. So we have our media sponsors clear into Sunday, but we need just a few more to cover the rest of the season, to get everything covered here live online. If you could do a single game, there we're starting at $125 a game, or the doubleheader on the 13th against the Mud Daubers, or the doubleheader, that would be just $175. Had a lot of different sponsors step up, and we need just a few more to complete the season. So if you could help us out with a media sponsorship the rest of the way, contact McPhersonPipelinerbaseball.com or at gmail.com, where you can, easiest way, just get a hold of me directly, 620-897-7060. Let's get the rest of the season online. So Jared Nada's night is done after 7 innings. Gave up 4 runs on 6 hits. He struck out 4, he walked 3. So a righty will come on for the curve. And it's Jacob, well, P-I-N-C, Pence. It's either Pink or Pence, I would say Jacob Pence. He's going to be making his 7th appearance of the season. He's thrown 7 innings. He's been tough. He's given up 1 run on 4 hits. And that run was not earned. He has 5 walks, 7 strikeouts. So it sounds like you're almost going to the closer here in the 8th. So the Pipeliners due up Ray Lozano, Jake Selko, and Kevin Fleischer. Lozano this evening 0 for 2. He walked and scored a run in the first inning. Since then, he's fouled to first and grounded to short. And first pitch from Pence, who's using just the stretch. Stays high, ball 1. I tell you, the upper part of the strike zone has not existed for this home plate umpire. One 0 on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Nice job.
And you hear the fireworks exploding in the background. Fun evening here in Goddard. The 1-1 fastball up and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Middle of the infield, very deep. Here's the 2-1 offering. And got the call. Low strike on the outside corner. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count even at 2-2 on Lozano, leading off in the top of the 8th. Breaking pitch grounded right up the middle, and it took a weird hop, backhanded. And Lozano, thought he was there. They rule he's out.
Woo! Good job. Nice
And the
job.
putout goes 4-3. 4 out number 1. That was Kern at second. Took a funky hop. I think it hit the edge of the grass. And then a bang-bang play at first. Could have gone either way. Goes as out number 1, bringing to the plate Jake Selko. Selko 1 for 3 with a first inning single. And then in the 5th inning, we still think that home run taken off the board in that inning. look fair from here. Pence's first pitch, low and in, ball one. Now Pence ready. The 1-0. Catches the inside part of the plate. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Following Selko will be Kevin Fleischer.
Go, boys.
1-1, backdoor curve, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Actually, the Pipeliners in search of their first hit since the 4th inning. They've had just 1 base runner since that 4th inning. 1-2, Selko tried to go the other way and will slice it out of play. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. That 1 base runner was Ueda. He drew a 2-out walk in the 7th. And Pence ready. Once again, the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the curveball.
Good job, good job.
And there are 2 away here in the top of the 8th. Bringing up Kevin Fleischer. And in the DH spot, I see Tyler Brown has a bat and has moved into the on-deck circle. He'll hit for Zavaleta if Fleischer reaches. Fleischer 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored in the 4th. Fastball inside corner, strike 1. Well, I think they were feeling like that one was inside. I hear "Don't fall for the glove" coming from the dugout. Curveball, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Base is empty, 2 down, top of the 8th.
Go, Lando.
So Pence, everything in the arsenal available here on a 2-strike pitch, and the base is empty. Fastball misses a little bit low. It's 1-2. Fleischer once again ready. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball stays outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, if Fleischer reaches, it'll then be Tyler Brown to pinch hit. 2-2 to Fleischer. Fastball. Oh, boy. And makeup call there, I think. And it's 3-2. That
Good, look good.
looked awful good on the inside part of the plate. Now the payoff to Fleischer. It's outside, ball 4. And the tying run is aboard with 2 down in the top of the 8th.
Hands on you, Blue.
Tyler Brown will pinch hit for Zavaleta.
I agree with maybe did it for the coach here. See what he was talking to him.
Brown comes in to the game, a .373 hitter. 8 doubles. He's homered a couple of times. He's driven in 17. He'll hit with 2 down, and Fleischer at first. A 5-4 curve advantage in the top of the 8th.
What's he saying? His arm up here like this.
And we'll see. The scouting report is out there. Everybody knows Tyler likes swinging early in the count. We'll see what Pence gives him on the first pitch. I'm always really curious to see how pitchers start him off.
Go, boys. You can do it. Keep it going for you.
Pence ready. First pitch is inside and gives the corner call again. Strike 1.
Got it.
Brown conferring the home plate umpire.
Stay with me, babe.
And the 1-strike pitch, curveball inside corner, really pulled the string, and it's 2 strikes. Fleischer drew the 2-out walk. He's at first. Pipliners are down 1, top of the 8th. 2-strike pitch to Brown, and he framed the outside corner, called strike 3. And a definite protest.
Hey, I saw it back
Coach
there.
Dawson upset. It's too close with 2 strikes to be taking. I know that. Looked like a pretty good pitch from here. As here we head to the bottom of the 8th. It remains the Curve 5 and the Pipeliners 4.
Hey, it was good.
As you are listening to Pipeliner Baseball on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106.
We're in the bottom of the 8th inning, and the score remains the Curve 5 and the Pipeliners 4. Trevor Lunkwitz on for his second full inning of work. He came on in relief and got the final out in the 6th, then pitched a 1-2-3 7th.
Jump on him, Lando.
And he will be facing Landon Hewlett, Braden Barnhart, and Alex Kern.
Go, Lando, you can do it. Get a hold of it.
On the game, Hewlett has 0 for 1. He's walked as a sacrifice bunt, and he has struck out. First pitch swinging on a fastball, fouled back and out of play.
Get him back.
So now if you're Lunkwitz and the Pipeliners, your goal is to keep this a 1-run game and have a chance in the 9th. And she led 4-0 after 4 innings.
Yeah, he's big.
And now 2 runs in the 5th, 3 in the 6th. The Curve lead it by 4 as Lunkwitz missed low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Good eye.
And again, the Pipeliners hitless since the 4th inning.
I'm all the way and you got it.
And the 1-1 pitch. Oh, nice breaking pitch right on the outside corner, strike 2. No balls and a 1 ball and 2 strikes on Landon Hewlett.
Let's go.
Lunkwitz goes fastball, misses low. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Come on, Lando.
So 4 runs, 6 hits, and error for the Pipeliners. 5 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Curve.
You can do it.
The 2-2 pitch. Hopped up, shallow right field, back on the grass. Yukamoto makes the play for out number 1.
Good hit, good hit.
And back to the top of the lineup, and Braden Barnhart.
That's a good hit.
Barnhart has walked 3 times and has a bunt single. He has scored 2 runs.
He's helping too right now.
Again, Jordan Bolt Jackson went 4 1/3. Gave up a pair of runs on no hits. He struck out 5 and walked 7. As the breaking pitch called high, ball 1. And Tyler Dunn went an inning and a third, 3 runs on 4 hits. He struck out 2, walked 3. 1-0 on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Following Barnhart will be Alex Kern. 1 down, bases empty, bottom of the 8th. Curve have a 1-run lead. Now the 1-1 to Barnhart. Inside corner, called strike 2. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, several areas lighting up the sky here in Goddard. 1-2, and got just a piece of the breaking pitch to foul it back. So the count will hold at 1-2 on Barnhart. Hewlett popped up to Yukimoto to start the inning. Here's the second 1-2 offering to Barnhart. And did it get a piece of him? Yes, it did. It's the first batter hit by any pitcher tonight. So Barnhart aboard with 1 down for Alex Kern. Kern 1 for 4. He had a big 2-run single in the 6th inning, which drove in the tie and go-ahead run as a close play at first. Quick move by Lunkwitz over to first, nearly had Barnhart lean in the wrong direction. Barnhart 5 of 7 in stolen bases. And he'll jump back out to a sizable lead. Slide step and strike on the inside corner to Alex Kern. Following Kern will be Drake Gerard. Barnhart goes. Throw to second, tag down. It's not in time. It's a stolen base for Barnhart. And I did not see if it was a ball or a strike. So I think it's a 1-1 count, but I'm not positive. And the pitch to Kern goes through the legs of Valoria to the backstop.
Coming home.
And now a insurance run 90 feet away with 1 down in the bottom of the 8th inning. As we'll find out, I hope, what the count is here in a moment. And we still, the umpire didn't show it. We believe it's 2-1. Infield comes in for the Pipeliners. Outside corner, a called strike. Again, we're guessing at the count. The umpire hasn't shown it the last couple of pitches. Quits. Oh, got him swinging. Fooled him with the changeup. And I think actually he throws a splitter. Kind of looks a lot like a changeup. The bottom dropped out. Swing and a miss. Trevor Lunkwitz has his second strikeout. A big second out here in the bottom of the 8th. And it'll bring up Drake Gerard. Was 1 for 2, a pair of walks. Actually, 0 for 1. He's got 3 walks, and he walked with the bases loaded in the 5th for a run batted in.
You can do it.
Fastball in there, strike 1.
Come on, Drake, you're due.
Trying to keep this a 1-run game are the Pipeliners and head to the 9th. Lunkwitz's 1-strike pitch, tailed low, 1 ball, 1 strike. So the splitter has been working. Let's see if he'll come back to it. Throwing a couple of them already to Gerard. 1-1 pitch. Fastball low and away. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Gerard reaches. The batter would then be Mason Carrier.
Take your time. You can do it.
Season series, 1 game apiece. It's been 2 games that were both 2-run games. 2-1, low and in. 3 balls and 1 strike. 17-15, that wild game in McPherson. Excuse me, went to the curve. And the last trip here was a 7-5 win for McPherson. Here's the 3-1 pitch, outside ball 4. Which runners at the corners. Now you bring up the lefty and cleanup hitter Mason Carrier. Carrier, a pair of walks and a pair of strikeouts. Runners at the corners, 2 down, bottom of the 8th. It's 5-4 curve. Fastball misses upstairs, ball 1. Lundquist trying to bear down here and keep this a 1-run game.
Think it's yours.
The 1-0 pitch.
Good job.
Outside ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Flirted with the outside corner and just didn't quite catch it. The 2-0 pitch, up and in. 3 balls, no strikes. You're in danger of loading them up. Or the catcher, Charlton.
Stay with it. You can do it. Let's get them home.
Charlton in the game 0 for 3 with an RBI walk.
Make it work.
The 3-0 on the way to Carrier. In there for strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. And the runner at third, Barnhart, was hit by a pitch. Gerard walked. He's at first. The 3-1 to Carrier. Swing and a miss. Now Gerard will be moving on the pitch from first base. As there are 2 away.
Come on, you can do it. Make it yours.
Lundquist,
Get a hold of it. Get a hold of it.
big breath, payoff pitch. Got him. Went back to the splitter. And I think they said he went around. I think it was a strike anyhow. The 3rd strikeout for Trevor Lundquist. And in the inning, no runs, no hits, 2 left. So we head on to the 9th. And it remains the Curve 5 and the Pipeliners 4. As we want to remind you, if you go to McPhersonPipelinersBaseball.com and you bring up their schedule, you can take advantage of the Weather Watchers app. You get on there and click onto that. It'll enable you to get your weather where you're at, any storm warnings, and the forecast for the upcoming weather. So Again, go to McPhersonPipelinersBaseball.com. Go to the schedule, and it'll come. Scroll down just a little ways. You'll see it come up. Click on it, and you can enjoy all of the Weather Watchers app. So as we head towards the top of the 9th inning, the closer, Jacob Pence, will be on for his 2nd inning of work. And due up for the Pipeliners will be Chris Sanchez, Grant Plunkett, Roger Valoria. Unless there's pinch hitters somewhere along the way, you still have on the bench Daniel Arroyo, you got Aaron Eshelman. Yakovich would be available. I was told that Cheatham is not with the team tonight, so those would be pretty much your choices there. Would be, if you want to go a pinch hitter, it would be Arroyo or Eshelman. Pipeliners again, they led 4-0 after the 4th. They have been hitless since. 2 runs on no hits in the 5th inning for the Curve. That was the kind of the killer inning. 3 runs on 4 hits in the 6th. So Sanchez will lead off, looking for his first hit of the game. And there was the off-speed pitch, strike 1 to Sanchez.
Keep working, boys.
And Pence ready, the 1-strike pitch goes so curve, strike 2 on the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. And now you could see anything here. He might go fastball away, which he does, and Sanchez fouls it out of play. Again, the count, 2 strikes. Sanchez leading off the top of the 9th, a 5-4 curve advantage.
Do it this time.
Setting up on the outside part of the plate again. It's low and away with the fastball. The count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. When we do get to our post game, we will pick our player of the game. We'll have your final numbers and look to the upcoming schedule. Now the 1-2 to Chris Sanchez. Curveball outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You just need a base runner here in the inning.
Closer, what do you got? Closer, you can do it. Keep it over there, you got it. Let's go, boys.
Sanchez and Prince both ready. Here's the 2-2 offering. Swing and a miss, and the bat went flying.
Strike 3.
Sanchez lost it. It went clear past the third base dugout.
Yes. It flew over there.
As Pence with his 3rd strikeout.
But it didn't break.
The
did it?
Pipeliners down to 2 outs, and it'll be Grant Plunkett, who has flown the right, flown the left, and struck out.
Go home.
Call up didn't go.
Pence's first pitch, fastball on the outside corner, knee high, strike 1.
Oh, you're cold. Okay.
Now Pence comes with the 1 strike. A little up and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. It looks like Valoria will hit next. And then Ueda.
This is yours. Let's do it.
Plunkett takes high, 2 balls, 1 strike.
I know. Just keep working. You can do it.
And you're trailing just 1. You just want to get a base runner somehow in the inning. See if you can advance them and tie this thing up.
You can do it. Fire it.
The 2-1 stays high. 3 balls and 1 strike. So you can be selective if you're Plunkett. You have a strike to work with. Pence fires in a fastball, strike 2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. This is the 5th batter Pence has faced, and he has struck out 3.
Fire it in.
Payoff to Plunkett, foul tipped and caught. He's got strikeout number 4.
Boys, nice job. Way to play ball, boys.
Good job,
And the
Pat.
Pipeliners down to their final out. And batter will be Roger Valoria.
One down.
Valoria 1 for 3 with an infield single. That came back in the 4th. And Pence ready. First pitch, swing and a miss.
Nice job.
No balls and 1 strike. And if Valoria can reach, it would then be Jared Ueda.
No, I don't think that made it. With the salt.
The 1 strike pitch, curveball well outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Now, 2 outs.
Come on, 34. Put it where you need it.
And put it on base there, and someone hit the double.
And 5-4, top of the 9th. The curve lead it.
That's a big catcher.
Bases are empty, 2 away. Swing and a miss.
Good job.
1 ball and 2 strikes.
Wash your fingers. I don't leave them across.
Valoria takes a little time out of the box. Again, with 1-2 count, you can see about anything here from Pence.
You can do it. Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys.
Here comes the 1-2.
Yeah.
Is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah.
Come on, you can put it in there.
Should have been over.
Almost.
Good.
Charlton tried to draw the glove back over the edge of the corner.
Let's go. Let's go, boys.
Now watch him get hit after that.
Now the 2-2. Curveball, a chopper to third. Nice high hop for Hewlett.
Yes.
And he throws to first, and that will do it.
Good job, boys.
Pipeliners go in order in the 9th.
Boys.
And the curve will win it 5-4 this evening, as it was a 4-0 game after the 4th. And the Pipeliners
Yeah, I'm gonna throw him away.
no-hitted after that point tonight, as the Kansas curve improved to 11-14. And the Pipeliners will drop their 2nd straight and fall to 10-18.
Okay.
As your final tonight, 5-4. The curve win it. We'll go ahead and take our end of the game timeout, and then we'll be back. We'll have your Lunkwitz player of the game, and we'll have your final numbers and look to the schedule as you're listening to Pipeliner Baseball here on the Ad Astra Sports Network.
Ad Astra Radio is a proud supporter of the McPherson Pipeliners. Locally owned and proud to call Central Kansas home, Ad Astra Radio is your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra Radio app. Kicks Country 106 is McPherson's country station and your source for local news, weather, and sports content. Join Aaron West afternoons on The Drive for your chance to win concert tickets and more. Streaming on the Ad Astra Radio app, today's best country, Kicks Country 106. Ad Astra Radio, your source for award-winning news,